Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and today we are going to be talking about our favourite childhood celebrity twins. And that is, of course, the sweet life themselves, Cole Sprouse and Dylan Sprouse, the twins that everyone loved when they were all younger on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and The Sweet Life on Deck on Disney Channel. And ever since then, we've always seen them around together. Recently, they haven't been around each other as much in the past few years, but it would be brilliant to see them always coming back together in another show. Like, that's basically all we want, isn't it? The Sprouse twins coming back together for a show. And actually, could that happen in Cole Sprouse's recent show, Riverdale? Well, let's find out. But before we go any further, just make sure that you've clicked that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so you get notified whenever we make a video on Cole Sprouse and Dylan Sprouse. But firstly, let's talk about the thing that everyone has been talking about recently who is a fan of Riverdale, and that is all of these flash forward scenes to the end of the season 4, all about something to do with our favourite character who is played by Cole Sprouse, Jughead Jones's death. Now, we're not sure whether he does die. There's many clips that show that he may die, there's many clips that show that he may not die, and there's many clips that also show that his friends might have murdered him. And it's Riverdale, so to be honest, I'm not surprised if they have, because it sounds like something the characters in Riverdale would do. But that's sort of what's been sparking loads and loads of theories on the internet, including me myself. We've done quite a lot on here, working out whether maybe Betty killed Jughead, whether Jughead actually is dead, working out all sorts of things about this season finale that's very soon about to happen. It's not that long away before we finally find out what all of these future clips have all been leading up to. And I think this is probably the least likely theory, but to be honest, it's just fun to do, and it's probably not going to happen because, like I was saying before, I really doubt that Dylan Sprouse would come onto Riverdale because him and Cole haven't been the best of buddies in the past few years. But if he did, it would be incredible. And this is what has sparked lots and lots of fans to thinking that maybe a theory might be true where instead of Jughead dying in all these scenes, well, actually, it's Jughead's twin brother. And, of course, if they were going to bring in his twin brother, they'd, of course, bring in, well, Cole Sprouse's twin brother himself, Dylan Sprouse, to come and play the role, because there would be no point in trying to shoot two different takes with Cole Sprouse playing his own twin when he has one. It would just be completely ridiculous. They'd, of course, go and get his brother. So that's what many people have started to think about, that maybe instead of Jughead dying, it's actually some mysterious twin that he might have. And to be honest, it's not out of the realm of possibility because this is Riverdale after all, and surprise siblings is something that they seem to like to do quite a lot. I mean, we had the whole thing in season 2 with Betty's sibling Chick and Charles, even though Chick wasn't actually Charles. But anyway, it wouldn't be surprising if they do bring in a mysterious sibling. We even have had one this season. We had Veronica's mysterious sister that randomly appeared. We didn't know she had a sister, and Riverdale loves to just take everything that we know and then turn it on its head and bring in something completely random that completely changes absolutely everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did do something like this. But anyway, let's find out whether they actually could do something like this. And to be honest, like I was saying before, it's not out of the realm of possibility. There is actually some evidence that could say Jughead Jones might actually get a twin in the TV show. Now, Season 3 delved right into Jughead's family more than any other season did, and we got to know a lot more about the Joneses. So much that Gladys and Jellybean even came to stay with FP and Jughead, but as we found out from Season 3 finale, Gladys isn't necessarily the most trustworthy person, so she could easily be hiding something like maybe a secret twin. And it's not unlikely, as when Gladys was pregnant with Jughead, FP was still very messed up after how his father had treated him. He could easily have been too drunk to even realise that Gladys gave birth to twins. Not to mention, Gladys may have realised she had twins, but didn't want to tell FP about it, as she knew very soon she would have to leave Riverdale as FP and her weren't getting on. So, could she have taken and hid a second twin? I mean, it's possible, but then the question is, where is the twin now? And the way how we could answer that is that Gladys may have left the twin with someone else while she was looking after Jellybean, but it's less likely that Gladys would have kept a secret twin from FP when he got better. And she already annoyed Jughead, so another secret twin coming in might not be the best thing. However, it's a lot less likely than the other theory that I have. Now, twins are definitely not new to Riverdale. The first story arc in Season 1, in fact, the first ever scene we ever see in Riverdale, shows Cheryl and Jason blossom together, who are twins. And by the time we get to Season 2 and 3, Polly Cooper also gives birth to twins as it runs in the family. Now, that's of course because the Cooper and Blossom grandparent relationship, making Betty and Cheryl cousins. So, could the chances of the Joneses being related be a possibility either? I mean, it's way less likely, but like I say, this is Riverdale, and they just love to throw in the most random stuff, but I really doubt that the Joneses are going to be related to the Blossoms and that. But then again, you could just get twins out of the blue without having any sort of family history into it. But the most likely explanation is something from the Archie comics themselves, which is all what Riverdale is based on. One of the comics actually reveals that Jughead has an identical twin cousin called Nathan, who looks exactly like him. And this actually fits up with a lot of what Season 4 has been digging into. The first half of Season 4 is all about Jughead trying to find out who his grandfather is, as he wrote the first Baxter Brothers book, and so that Jughead can learn more about his grandfather and what he was like around FP. But I have a feeling it's not going to be the end about Jughead's grandfather, as the Baxter Brothers books are all about murders, and if we're going off the fact that Jughead may have been murdered, and it has something related to do with the plot of the Baxter Brothers book that he's writing, which, let's be honest, it's going to be all about, then Jughead's grandfather may easily return. I'm not going to be surprised if he doesn't return, even if there isn't a secret twin. And FP could have easily had a brother who has a son who is identical to Jughead. So maybe this new cousin twin called Nathan dies? It's a possibility. And if that's not enough evidence, there's also another comic about another one of Jughead's cousins called Souphead, but instead of looking exactly like Jughead, he instead dresses up to look like Jughead for some strange reason, but I really doubt that's what's going to happen. But you never know, it is Riverdale. So I think the most likely explanation, if they are going to have a twin of Jughead, is that Jughead's long-lost twin identical cousin is actually going to play a part, and then maybe he's the one who dies, and then they can keep Cole Sprouse in, and maybe Dylan Sprouse will play this new cousin called Nathan. So guys, that's the end of the theory. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure that you let us know down in the field section down below what you think of all of these crazy theories. Now, personally to me, I think the most likely one is, like I was saying, the cousin Nathan one, because that is from the Archie comics, sort of like how the MCU takes inspiration from the Marvel comics. Riverdale can easily take inspiration from the Archie comics, as after all, that is what it is based off. So it makes sense that if they were going to bring in Dylan Sprouse, they could easily give Jughead an identical cousin twin. And it's not out the realm possibility, like I've been saying in this video. But overall, the chances of Dylan Sprouse coming into Riverdale, sorry to say, it's pretty unlikely. But we can all dream. So if this does become a reality, we can all just celebrate, because finally we'll have the Sprouse twins back in a TV show together, and we can all live out those childhood memories that we had on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck, only this time in Riverdale. So instead of the comedy, it'll be a lot more darker and murdering, and we might even see Dylan Sprouse get murdered. But you know, at least we'll get the Sprouse twins back, and that is literally all we want. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, make sure that you smash that like button, and tell us in the field section down below which of these theories you think is the most possible. And if you have any more theories about how Jughead might have a secret twin, let us know down below, and how likely you actually think it is, because we can all dream about it. And as always, guys, if you haven't seen any of our other Riverdale theories that do go into a lot more detail about the one theory and a lot more plausible, if you want to find out whether Betty might have killed Jughead, there'll be a link down below in the description. And if you want to know what exactly is going to happen in the finale, because last week we tried to create a theory where we actually predicted every single scene that was going to happen in the finale. make sure that you go and check that one out. There will also be a link down to that below in the description. But as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.